Happy 2022, guys. We're going to kick off the year with a Bitcoin video. We're going to go over some bullish on-chain analysis, technical analysis, some price predictions for 2022, and let's check out what the billionaires have to say. Let's get right into it. Thank you for checking out the channel. Every day we put out a new video about cryptocurrency education, markets, giveaways, and more. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any content. Now, let's go to the moon. Let's start with the president of El Salvador. His predictions for 2022 are awesome. It'll reach $100,000. 2 more countries will adopt it as legal tender. I think 3 will become a major electoral issue in the US elections this year. Bitcoin City will commence construction. Volcano bonds will be oversubscribed. And a huge surprise at the Bitcoin conference. Also at the Bitcoin conference, you have a ton of speakers. Not only that, we are actually media partners and we're going to be there. You can see right here, we're going to be taking all the hottest photos, videos. We're going to see what the president has to share. If you're in the US or if you're able to travel to the US, make sure you're paying attention because we're going to be giving away a ton of tickets for Bitcoin 2022. If you're already heading there, make sure to DM me so we could link up. We could chat about Bitcoin, crypto, all that great stuff. It's always awesome meeting like-minded people. Let's check out what the billionaires are saying. Billionaires embrace crypto in case the money goes to hell. What was the narrative in 2017? Let's take a look. So you can see here, Thomas Peterfee published a full-page advertisement in the Wall Street Journal in 2017 warning of the dangers Bitcoin future posed to capital markets. Now, the Hungarian billionaire is quite familiar with the crypto language. Peterfee, worth 25 billion, said it's safe to have 2 to 3% of his personal wealth in cryptocurrency just in case the fiat money went to hell. Now let's look at what Dalio has to say as well. Ray Dalio recently revealed that he has at least Bitcoin and Ethereum in his wallet just months after questioning the usefulness of crypto as a store of wealth. The founder of Bridgewater Associates sees investments as an alternative currency in a world where money is dumpster and inflation erodes purchasing power. Paul Tudor Jones reveals he invested as a hedge against inflation in nearly half of the family offices that Goldman Sachs Group Inc. does businesses with were interested in adding digital currencies to their portfolios, according to a recent One Bank inquiry. So crypto has increasingly entered the mainstream of finance, but with mixed success. It's just crazy to see the shift, from it being institutionalized, by MicroStrategy, and then seeing the El Salvador president, incorporating it into his country and, giving all the citizens $30 worth of Bitcoin, educating them, and it's really moving forward when it was just a thought. And now you have these billionaires, suggesting that you should hold a few percentages of your portfolio just in case everything goes to shit, just in case fiat goes to shit. So let's look at some fundamental analysis. This is from Willie. I highly recommend that you subscribe to his newsletter. Let's take a look. This is the Bitcoin long-term holder supply shock. And you can see that these are long-term holders. And you can see when we are in peak accumulation, the price tends to explode. You can see that coins that are being held throughout December, we thought that we were going to see a huge dump because crypto markets historically top off in Q4. So you're expecting some, larger type of dump or offload of coins in December, but we didn't get too bad of, Bitcoin's not crashing too bad, and it's just kind of stagnant in this zone right here, in this accumulation zone. So let's move on to the next chart. This is the Bitcoin NVT signal. It's at an ultra rare point right here. You can see that this bottom, the last time we got it was in the COVID crash right here, and then the last time we've just had snippets of it to 2020, 2018, 2016, 2014. Now we're seeing the same signal here, so that's super bullish. Also, shrimps. People like you, people like me, retail, people with 1 Bitcoin or less. Another metric Willie likes to use is see the strength of accumulation by retail investors. Less than 1 BTC in total holdings. This is because bull markets end when retail stops buying at the latest price levels. Presently, retail demands remain strong as they are taking the opportunity to buy the dip. And you can see we're breaking all-time highs, where, as he mentioned, in bear markets, we're not seeing this, level of activity. We're not seeing this level of volume. We're not seeing prices move upwards and altcoins still breaking all-time highs and things like that. We're seeing a lot of accumulation, and this is also a great chart that I'd like to share. It's the Bitcoin supply shock, and this comes back to the kind of expected dump that we may, or we're expecting to get in December, because that's generally when people and you have these institutions kind of rebalancing their portfolios. Everybody was in the sense that crypto markets were going to crash in Q4. December was kind of the last time to take profit, but you can see here how the hodlers have kind of just flatlined. Like we didn't get any crazy amount of dump. Bitcoin price has been stagnant but moving downwards. We're not breaking local highs or breaking all-time highs. You can see speculative investors kind of shaky right here. We crossed December, which in my opinion is a good thing, without any major downside to Bitcoin. So let's actually take a look at the price of Bitcoin right here. If we touch on the fear and greed index, you can see that it's been kind of scary for the last month. People have been fearful. Bitcoin hasn't done much. A lot of people are losing money. People who came at the top of the market and are kind of getting fudded out of their positions and thinking that just the where the whole world is right now, with inflation at all-time highs, with the new COVID strain, there's so much fear in the world. There's so much uncertainty in the world. It's crazy, and nobody knows what's coming next, and everybody's trying to guess the next thing. Oh, a huge housing market crash, or a stock market crash, or crypto's gonna crash. And I think only you yourself knows what's best for your own pockets or your own future. But you shouldn't be listening to anybody who claims to know what they're doing. We're now on the 5-day chart on Bitcoin. We moved past the technical analysis, or the fundamental analysis, and the price prediction from the president of El Salvador. I love to see that happen. A lot of people are hating on him, but I think it takes a lot of balls to do what he did. Anyways, we are putting we're putting higher lows, as you can see, higher lows, higher lows. We're holding this resistance up top here at about $65,000. This ascending triangle still has the potential to break up to the upside. And as in the last video, we posted that if it does break up to the upside, the target would be at 100,000, just over 100,000, matching Mr. President's price target. So we're kind of on the same page. If this breaks above, I'm not looking, this candle right here wasn't the best on the 5-day. This huge bearish engulfing candle, maybe slamming us down back into this trend line. But I still see hope. The fundamental analysis is bullish. We're not seeing like dumps. We're seeing huge accumulations, not just shrimps only. And I actually believe we're gonna start getting some bullish news in terms of corporations, institutions, big purchases in the start of January. So let's go back to the monthly quickly, and I wanted to touch on this moving average here. So we can see that the crossover, and I love the 409 crossover. You probably know that by now, but you can see how we got a nice cross right here at the 7,900 area right here. And now the moving averages are coming tight and close. So they're kind of moving lateral against each other. They're not yet, but they're almost getting there. So when that happens, it means we're kind of in this like accumulation zone, and we're expecting a move to the upside, to the downside. It's hard to say, but if it does cross, if we get a bearish cross, I will exit some of my Bitcoin on the monthly time frame with the 409 EMA, just because I wouldn't like to see that, because we've gotten confirmations on a lot of time frames, and I would just exit some of my Bitcoin. But I'm hoping that's not the case, and we just kind of explode from here. On the weekly, if we're using the same metric, the same EMAs, 409 here, awesome buy, and you sold up here, that was a great sell too. Like at 59K or wherever the bar got you, still a lot better than what it is today at 46K. And now we are kind of testing this prior low right here. So I do not want to see this low get broken, or I wouldn't be too confident in the charts. So I'm not looking for this low to be broken right here, about $40,000. So we set the low right here, and now if we go down to smaller time frames, you can see here I thought that this was a great buy because we had the 4-9 crossover. Not only that, we were having divergence on the RSI. We were making higher highs and higher lows while this was going lower. So we had a clear divergence there. We had the crossover, and then we popped off. We couldn't hold that. We got this rejected. Like, look at this very ugly candle right here. This, I was literally watching and I was thinking, this is where we're going to break down. I should take a short, but I just closed out. I didn't take the short and we dumped back down. So if we're looking on the 4-hour, and this crossed back over, so my trade here is kind of it's restarted, it's invalidated, right? Bought, sold. So now we're seeing another sort of potential setup right here where we're holding this strong support, where we're seeing the daily crossover again. We're seeing this huge engulfing candle. The year has passed. We're not, kind of crying over December anymore. That wasn't the best month, but I'll take it. And you can see we're sitting on this support right here, which has been holding. The more times we test the support, the less of a jump we're going to get, in my opinion, like we did here. We'll start getting these mini ones, and the more likely we are to break this. I think that we aren't going to break this prior low right here, 39K, but we may have the potential to break this support right here and come down, testing this low. Not breaking it, but testing somewhere in between here, which would remove all longs. I mean, they would be underwater, and I'm assuming a lot of people have stop losses here, or the low that they used to take the entry, whichever candle they used, or wherever they took their entry. They're using this as a stop loss area. So if we break through the stop loss area, I mean, ruining all longs, getting all longs underwater. Not only that, we would induce short sellers to take shorts because we just broke this strong support, and Bitcoin's going to go make another lower high. But we come down, induce shorts, ruin longs, and then what Bitcoin does is explodes back to the upside. That's kind of the move I'm looking for right here. And I'm just hoping Bitcoin can pull it off, because it's kind of been stagnant for quite a long time right now. And the more it breaks down, I guess the more fearful the market would get, and the closer we are to actually breaking to the upside. Bitcoin shows extreme pain, and the charts look horrible. And then out of nowhere, you get this mega Bitcoin pump. It's just what Bitcoin does. So I'm not going to get shaked out of my bags. My original plan was to sell in December, or start selling, start laddering out. But I'm still convinced we're going to break all-time highs. We didn't have any sort of blow off top. We didn't have any crazy Bitcoin price action. We're just 3x, 3.5x from the all-time high in 2017. I'm not taking that. I'm looking for a bigger high, higher price points, and I'm just convinced that this is not the bear market. I still think we have some juice in the bull market, and I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to think. So Bitcoin looking for some sort of consolidation here, maybe a pullback down into here, which would, like I said, ruin longs, induce shorts. That's where I jump in for this big long, and then we'll see what happens. If you're looking at altcoins, I'll be doing videos on specific altcoins, opportunities, but altcoins generally jump quicker than Bitcoin. They jump back, they recover. But not just saying that, they also fall down a lot quicker. They, tank a lot quicker, and they go to the extremes on both ends. So if you're playing blockchain coins, gaming, play to earn coins, these generally bounce a lot quicker. That's my quick video on Bitcoin, the general outlook. I still think 2022 is going to give us huge rewards. We'll see all-time highs, and there's just so much in store you don't want to miss out. So hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys tomorrow.